All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling. What's up, everybody?
How's it going, everyone?
So, welcome to the inaugural launch of the Night of the Ramblers official regulation podcast. This is Ground Zero, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently in my friend's office, and we are just get something down on digital just to see what's up.
Yeah, long time. We've talked about it. I've written a few blogs that have gotten some decent responses from friends and family, so I thought we would just get on this and start talking trash.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do best.
Yeah, well, we figure, I mean, you know, if we're going to sit around and watch movies and talk about them, let's get the conversation going. I mean, let's get you guys involved. Let's have some fun with it. I mean, why not, right? You know, the world is what it is, so if we can all sit back and have a great conversation about some movies, I think there is value there.
So if you're interested in commenting, I think we're going to post this on nightoftheramblers.com, which is our official website. There's not a lot on it yet, but we're going to post this. There is a comment section, so if you have questions, comments, concerns, if you don't like our audio setup, remember that we are nerds, but technologically challenged in certain ways. So we'll work on that as time goes on.
Yeah, I mean, just keep in mind this is ground zero, but there's going to be plenty more to come. So I guess to introduce myself, my name is Sean, middle-aged, overweight, white guy. With that being said, my favorite movies, I like horror movies. That's kind of what got me started. Horror and martial arts movies got me started. At this day and age, I'll watch just about anything. I'm not a huge fan of comedies, though, and I know you are. Yeah, but, you know, you throw in the old stoner flicks, you know.
Not that either one of us do drugs. That is against the law.
That is against the law, for the record.
So
don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad.
People. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, but the stoner flicks, you know, oh, well, Super Troopers, you know, Dumb and Dumber, stuff like that. You know, the classics, I guess you could say. But I'm a big horror movie fan personally, so that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to hear what you have to say. And who are you, man?
My name's Chris. I'm also your typical middle-aged white guy, working on getting in shape, doing my best. I am a gigantic nerd, so I like sci-fi and fantasy movies. I like anime. I like video games. It's probably why I'm still single. It doesn't really bother me. If you could actually see my computer setup, I have dual monitors. But just remember, ladies, that nerds have the biggest hard drives. So just keep that in mind.
Nerds have the biggest hard drives.
Yeah. I also, as Sean stated, I am not a huge fan of horror movies. So whenever we review one of those, you'll get two completely different sides of that. And like Sean said, we are doing this from my house. So do not make fun of my crib.
Well, you figure what? eBay, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, they all started in someone's garage, right? So
yeah, I saw that meme the other day.
Yeah.
It's a good meme.
Yeah, I posted that. Go to my Facebook page, thegilgrade.com, or I have a YouTube channel, Instagram, all the Gilgrade. Come follow me there, and yeah, let's have a conversation. So speaking about conversation, let's talk about some movies, right? You and I have been watching movies a long time together.
Over 20 years.
I mean, what, man, 20, 25 years? I mean, we've probably seen every movie on this rack half a dozen times. So I know you, man. I know you like Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon is really close and near and dear to your heart, man.
It is.
So riddle me this, if you will. What is your favorite Martin Riggs? Is it Lethal Weapon 1, 2, 3, or 4?
All right. Most people would probably expect me to go with 1 or 2, but I'm going to go with 3. And here's why. 3. Here's why.
I was not expecting 3.
I know. I'm throwing a wrench in it.
Okay.
So basically, 1 and 2, Martin Riggs is a complete psycho, right?
Right.
Alcoholic,
Absolutely.
has a death wish.
Sure. Suffering some major post-traumatic stress.
Right. Understandably, given the fact that his wife was murdered, and every girl that he sleeps with tends to get murdered. But here's why I picked 3. 3, he started to calm down, and he meets his future wife.
Oh, so you like the love song of that shit.
No, but I just think that women make men far more dangerous. Because then you have something to fight for.
Sure.
Take you for an example. You're a really nice, mellow guy. Somebody messes with your wife, what happens?
That's fair enough,
You're going to knock his block off.
I'm going to Hulk out.
That is why I picked Lethal Weapon 3.
I see.
He's not 4, because 4 was shit.
Right. 4, I don't know about that. Jet Li was gangster.
Okay, he's badass. The overall arc of that movie was terrible. And Chris Rock, not one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's still a good flick. Enjoyable. I liked it. But he started to like taper off. They're going to have a kid.
Right. Oh, that's right. She's pregnant. Right.
Yeah. I mean, kids tend to soften people, understandably. So yeah, that is why I would pick 3. That is when I think Martin Riggs is at his most dangerous.
Okay. I like him in 1, I guess, just because you don't know who he is. I like the, I mean, yeah, he's wild as shit.
The Christmas tree
in
scene
1.
is gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he's just like, I want to buy some Coke. Like, that'll be $100,
Right.
and he starts throwing out $100.
Right.
Yeah, gangster.
Yeah, I'm about that. The scene in the rain for me, or is that in 2? Where he fights that dude in the rain at the end.
No, that's the.
Is that
that's
the
the first
one,
one,
right? Yeah, that's a good fight
Park.
scene, man.
Gary
Because what
Busey?
Riggs was, Gary Busey. Okay, yeah, I
before
want to make
the
sure
accident.
I didn't know before he got abducted by UFOs or whatever.
How many drugs do you think Gary Busey does, like on a daily basis?
Dude,
It's gotta be a
I
lot.
wonder. It's either he does a ton or 0. You know, he's just like completely sober and just wild, man. I think, what do they say, madness and genius or bedfellows or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's probably on the other end of the line,
It's
but
kind of like if you're poor, you're crazy. If you're rich, you're just eccentric.
right, yeah,
That's what
exactly.
we're trying to get to. I want to get to that eccentric point in my life.
Yeah, well, why not? That's what's up. Riggs, man. Well, he was what, Special Forces,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there was like a military background with him.
Yeah, the bad guys were all part of the Shadow Company.
Okay,
And like one of
that's
my
right.
favorite lines is when he's looking at somebody and says, "You know, I ran into some of you Shadow Company pussies in Saigon."
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I like Bond more, personally.
So who's
Bond.
your favorite Bond?
Oh my God, favorite Bond.
Bond and Bond villain.
Oh man. Okay. So
They don't necessarily have to be in the same movie.
this is some deep shit for our inaugural episode. So I'll just try to get
Doing deep cuts.
Yeah. I'll just try to see what's up, man. So Bond, I would say my favorite James Bond would have to be Daniel Craig.
Daniel, why?
I gotta do it, man. I gotta fucking do it.
But besides the fact he's unbelievably good looking.
Yeah, well, that's
Like-
just issue number 1. So, okay, let's start, I guess, with Connery, right? My
Okay.
favorite Bond movie is Goldfinger, which is Sean Connery, obviously.
And also Dirty Innuendo.
Well, yeah, Pussy Galore. I mean, oh yeah, man, and she's hot too. The oldest Bond girl before Monica Bellucci, so she held that title for a long time until Monica Bellucci in
that's Spectre?
Spectre. Yeah.
I did not like that movie.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily a huge fan. The more I watch it, the more I like it, and I think that's what Bond in general is good for. But so there's Sean Connery, right? Everyone loves Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Anyone over 40, like there's not even an argument. It's Sean Connery all the way. And like I said, my favorite Bond movie is a Sean Connery Bond movie, which is Goldfinger. But Craig, I remember when they first released. Remember the Blonde Bond? Remember that? Like that was the name. Like when he first signed the deal after Brosnan. Oh yeah, everyone called him the Blonde Bond, right?
Okay.
Because you go from like Pierce Brosnan, the
Jennifer
real
Dalton,
dark hair, Dalton,
yeah.
right? Dark hair, real stoic features, and then you get this blonde Daniel Craig, right? Who in the fuck's heard of Daniel Craig at that point? So I was pissed. I was like, I can't believe it. Like, not that Pierce Brosnan ended on a good note with Die Another Day or whatever.
Is that the one with the Chinese dude?
Yeah, the Invisible Cars.
I had Terry Hatcher in it, though, and I'm a
yeah.
gigantic fan of Terry Hatcher.
Right. Where no, Terry Hatcher was in
Wasn't
Tomorrow
that-
Never Dies.
No, they all
Yeah,
sucked.
right.
Um,
we'll talk about
Terry
that later.
Hatcher was in one of them.
Yeah, Terry Hatcher was in Golden. No, Tomorrow Never Dies. Tomorrow Never Dies for sure. Anyways, Daniel Craig, man, Casino Royale comes out, and I'm pissed about it. Just the blonde Bond. What the fuck, And then Casino Royale comes out,
Yeah.
which it just blew my mind. The thing about Daniel Craig that I like, to get back to the question, I guess, is for one, he's absolutely amazing looking. Like
Yeah.
the dude
I mean, he's
is
chiseled.
sexy. He's buff. He's, he looks good, roughed up, dirty, clean, whatever. There's an edge to him for sure. For two, I believe that he could kick my ass.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you look at like the older Roger Moore Bonds, like there's no way Roger Moore is gonna kick 4 dudes' asses.
Let me sidetrack into that. Did you like George Lazenby as Bond? Because that dude was another model who was like chiseled and could beat the shit out of
huge,
you.
yeah, and I did
He
like
gets panned.
Lazenby as Bond. I think the movie he made on Her Majesty's Secret Service was just whack.
Okay.
Like it ended terribly, but it's cool because Bond gets married, right. In that movie. So that's kind of nice to see misogynist playboy hunker
I don't know,
down.
man. I kind of like my Bond as a dirty player. Like,
I do too. Grimy. I want him half drunk, smelling like cigarettes,
Right.
fucking banging mistresses. You know,
Not
I
going
love
out
that
with just random chicks
Yeah.
and dying.
for sure.
Because it's not real life.
Well,
Like,
yeah. I mean, it's
if I
James
was
Bond.
Right. If I was a super spy, the chances of me knocking it out with Terry Hatcher
Yeah, are high.
don't increase.
Right.
Because she'd be like, "What do you do for a living?" "Oh, I sell Kentucky Fried Chicken in the
Yeah,
Southwest."
exactly.
Like,
Right. I'm a project manager
yeah,
for a.
I worked for Northrop Grumman, which I actually did do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
So Daniel Craig, so he's hot, he's tough, like he's legitimately tough, and I think the direction of the movies, Casino Royale, back to the beginning, a prequel, if you will, first mission as a 00, just gritty, grimy. What do they say when he orders a vodka martini? You want shaken or stirred? Like I give a shit.
Yeah.
He's like fucking tough. He ain't this.
he's not
Kind
English.
of, yeah.
I mean, he's English, but
Right. But he's not like the picturesque James Bond, shaken not stirred, like super suave. He's rough. He's rough cut. And for that, definitely Daniel Craig, man, all the way.
So, are you more of a fan of the Kingsman, or not a fan of the Kingsman? I've never actually asked you that question. I don't know if you like that movie. Or not.
I do. Obviously, the second one's coming out, which we should definitely
Oh, for sure.
rap
yeah.
about that. But the first one I like. I love like the whole English spy thing. That's just I'm a huge Bond fan, so that makes sense to me. What I didn't like though is it got unrealistic. Now obviously the fight scenes and all that are pretty crazy, but like he kicks a dude and he like flies over a car. Like it got kind of superhero-y for
Got
me.
a little bit ridiculous for your taste.
Yeah, like just it. I don't think it had to break that line of reality. you
But
know?
I think that was kind of the point of the movie, though.
Yeah.
It's like spy movies are just so over the top.
Okay, that's fair. Like the chick with the blade feet or
Right.
whatever, like that was pretty tight though. That scene where
I
she
know-
comes in and starts
yeah.
fucking wrecking all those dudes.
Speaking of that chick, you need to watch Atomic Blonde, if for nothing else, between the scene and her and
Oh,
Charlize
yeah?
Theron.
Yeah, I want to see that,
I'm
man.
not gonna spoil it for you, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Even Bob was like, that was worth the $11.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see the footage of her training and all that?
No.
That shit was hard, man. I mean, like, of course it was like all promotional,
She did the
like
same thing as
Charlize
John-
Theron, but like she was wrecking fools in her training.
It was the same training as Keanu Reeves did for John Wick, right? Did you ever see in the back?
Yeah, I saw that.
dude is-
Yeah, sick, man. Keanu Reeves, sad Keanu Reeves. Have you ever seen those memes?
Have you seen the one with the
Yeah.
board where it's just his picture
Yeah.
posted on a board and it's just Keanu Reeves? He's one of those underrated actors, though. I like. He's
Come
like Nick
on,
Cage.
I
for me. Okay,
agree.
well,
I
let's-
love Keanu Reeves
But think about
and
it. Yeah,
Nick
The
Cage.
Matrix. The first movie was awesome.
Yeah.
Every other movie, like the other two, were terrible. Like they took every philosophical debate in human history and tried to slap it in 2 movies with a guy who has like 2 different features. There's like happy
Right.
Keanu, and then there's sad.
Right.
You need an actor with a little bit more depth than that
That's fair.
to pull that off. But I mean, I thought he was great in John Wick.
John Wick was hard, man. I really like John Wick. Back to the Matrix for one. The second one's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, which I know is like the most hated movie ever with the CGI Smith scene
Oh,
and
gosh,
all
I remember
that. I
seeing that in
fucking
the
love that,
theater,
dude. The
and I'm like-
Architect. I love that. We
The
probably saw that
Architect was
together.
terrible. He made white dudes look so bad.
Yeah. It's like Colonel Sanders in there.
Right. He's like, oh, vis-a-vis, ergo. It's like, you don't need to talk like that. Half the people that are watching this
Yeah.
movie are being like, what is this old crusty white
Well,
dude
I've totally
saying?
like looked at the script, like the dialogue, and tried to follow along.
Yeah.
And I've seen that movie ridiculous amount of times. But Keanu, is badass, man. John Wick, The Matrix, The Devil's Advocate is hard, dude. That fucking
Charlize
movie is
Theron again.
amazing. Yeah, she is gangster in that movie. Then you got what? Bill and Ted.
Oh, for sure.
The
Yeah.
Replacements.
Oh, man, I
Which-
love The Replacements.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, Point Break. You
Yeah.
know, like
I mean, Point Break to me is one of those movies. Did you ever see the remake?
yeah.
What'd you think?
I mean,
It was
whatever.
stupid.
It wasn't Keanu and
Right, and
what's
it
his name?
didn't have Gary-
Swayze, man.
Gary Busey,
And
too. Utah, give me 2!
yeah, was it Johnny Utah?
Yeah, Johnny Utah. And in the second one, his mother was Native American, so they called him Utah because of that. I'm like, that didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. Of course, it's Utah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think Keanu's good. Who else were you just mentioning?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
Nick Cage.
Oh,
So like,
man.
I really like the National Treasure movies.
Do you
Not
really?
because I'm a Freemason. I
Yeah,
thought it's
okay.
complete bullshit. Like none
Yeah.
of that stuff really exists. But there are certain movies that he's made for, and it's usually like the eccentric, really doesn't know how to act around people around him.
Yeah,
type
that's true.
characters
Yeah,
where he's good.
right.
Like,
You're right.
Gone in 60 Seconds, badass movie. He's absolutely
Yeah.
terrible in it.
Oh, it's so quotable though.
Right.
I mean,
Good
that is
breaks.
like
Good breaks too.
that is like the best movie to quote from Nick Cage's career, in my
Yeah.
opinion. You know,
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is a hard movie to watch.
Fear and Loathing. He's in that. I didn't even know he was in
Yeah,
that.
didn't he win an Academy
Cage?
Award for that?
No, that was Leaving Las Vegas.
Fear and
Yeah,
Loathing- Oh, that was Johnny Depp.
yeah. Leaving Las Vegas was awesome. Elizabeth Shue,
No, for sure.
heartthrob.
Yeah, man.
Adventures in Babysitting.
So
Yeah.
when I went and saw Big Trouble in Little China in the theater,
Ah.
that preview was on because they were showing like the retro stuff.
Right.
And they had
No
that
way,
scene with,
really?
Vincent D'Onofrio as Thor
Yeah.
when that chick like kneels in front of him.
Yeah.
Dude, that
That-
guy's tall.
Yeah,
Like he's got to be at least 6 something.
at least. Well, I don't know though, man. Like Tom Cruise is what, like 5'1"?
Yeah, but he
And
looks
he's like-
5'1".
Yeah.
Another actor that I still think Tom Cruise's greatest role was the guy in Tropic Thunder, Les Grossman. Because you don't really even know it's him until
Yeah.
like later.
I was definitely one of those guys who was had. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't know who in the fuck it was. And at the very end, when they, give his credit, I was like, what? Like, I was blown away the whole time. Yeah, I agree. I want you to bend over, put your head in between your legs, and fuck your own
yourself.
face,
Yeah.
or whatever. Sorry.
Oh, by the way,
Awesome,
this is
though.
probably not a podcast you should listen to with your little kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
but we'll try to keep it down.
Wu-Tang is for the children, so,
Wu-Tang
Anyways.
is for the children.
Wu-Tang is for the children, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. Also, a difference in musical taste.
We're talking music. I'm going East Coast hip-hop all day long. Nas, Wu-Tang, Mos Def,
More of like a metalcore type guy. I like to be able to. But the weird thing is it calms me down.
Okay.
So like, if I'm in a bad mood, I'll listen to like Pantera, and it'll make me just smile because it's so ridiculously over the top.
Okay. I mean, I used to jam some, like, Slipknot back in the day and
Well,
shit.
yeah,
Now
I mean,
get all, like, tough.
You
Corn.
gotta like Slipknot. I think everybody had Slipknot's first CD in high school.
Probably.
I think that was like the #1 sold CD at Moriarty High.
Yeah.
was
I had
the
it, for
Slipknot
sure.
CD. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had one.
I had it. Or, yeah, multiples.
So I don't know, man. We've talked Bond. We've talked Martin Riggs.
Oh, yeah, Bond and Riggs, man. We even got into The Matrix. Oh, you mentioned Big Trouble in Little China. That,
Oh,
in
God.
itself, folks, just so you know, is going to be an episode or a series of episodes. That's serious business around here.
So yeah, Big Trouble in Little China is pretty much the reason I am the man I am today. Like I sort of view myself as Jack Burton. Like you try to do your best and you end up knocking yourself out by shooting the ceiling ahead of you.
Yeah.
But man, it was better in the theater. Like I wish you could have gone.
Oh, I wish I would have been
Because
there,
the
man.
entire experience, you know, in movies, like when you think something's funny, but
Right.
you have no idea if anybody else does.
Right.
That theater was rolling.
That's
Like, most of us-
legit,
Like when
man.
he's sitting in the chair and he's like, "If we're not back by dawn, call the president." Like everybody, it's always made me laugh because Jack Burton doesn't know the president.
Right.
So where did that come from?
Yeah, exactly.
We're not back by dawn. Call the president.
Oh,
Why?
Yeah. Jack Burton is probably the worst hero ever, though, as far as the effectiveness.
Well, if you look at it,
Like, what does he really do in the movie?
and I've read some articles where like Wang Chi was supposed to legitimately be the hero of that
Yeah,
movie,
which
and,
makes
and
sense.
Jack Burton was. That's why Kurt Russell at first didn't really want to do the movie because he didn't understand.
Oh,
the
I see.
character.
Oh, okay.
So we went back to John Carpenter, and he's like, "What's the deal with this guy?" He's like, "Well, he thinks he's the hero, but
Right.
he's really not."
Right.
So like, he's constantly dicking things up, and Wang Chi's just looking at him like, "Yeah, okay." And dude, that guy's badass.
Kurt
Like,
Russell?
Well, Wang Chi, the guy.
Oh,
who plays
Wang Chi. Yeah.
Well, Kurt Russell's badass
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I still
yeah.
want to go for him as Halloween. I figure if I bulk up enough, I can go as Jack Burton.
Yeah, I figure the jeans, the boots, the knife, I mean, you could
The
buy
hair.
one of those. The hair is going to be a tricky one.
Yeah, I was gonna try to let it grow out, but I don't know if
Yeah.
there's enough time.
You could buy one of those, one of those tank tops he wears. You can
Oh,
find
for
one
sure.
of those anywhere. Kurt Russell. Wang Chi, that dude was in another John Carpenter flick, Prince of Darkness, with
Really?
Sam Loomis.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a horror movie.
It is a horror movie. Yeah, a great one, for the record.
Yeah, Lopan has got to be one of the greatest bad guys of all time.
Oh man, David Lopan.
Another funny scene is when he's sitting there, talking trash to David Lopan. Everybody cracked up in the theater.
Nice. Yeah, or check into a psycho ward, whichever comes first, huh? Well, that's for another day, I think.
Oh, for sure. That and vampires. I mean, you could.
John Carpenter's Vampires. I just watched that shit, man. John Carpenter in general, I think, deserves his own show. Absolutely. For me, it's all about Halloween, man. I mean, you can't not talk about Halloween if we're talking John Carpenter.
So that's a good one to talk about. This or that. Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
John Carpenter's Halloween.
I'm about that. We can talk about that.
Which one? Look, you can go ahead and talk about that. I have my opinions on it.
Yeah.
and I'll express them after yours. But
yeah, that's like my. Halloween really kind of like blew my mind when I was younger, for sure. Because it came out forever ago. I used to we used to marathon them back in the day, VHS style. I remember that.
That American Ninja or whatever.
Oh, American Ninja, dude. Michael Dudikoff. What up, man?
Stupid ass.
Any of y'all out there who's seen American Ninja know exactly what I'm talking about. American Ninja 2, The Confrontation.
Oh, The Confrontation.
The Confrontation. Yeah, that's probably top 30 movies for me is American Ninja 2. Anyways, what the fuck were we talking about?
Halloween.
We were talking about Michael Dudikoff. Oh, yeah.
No, we're not talking about. Let's not go into American whatever.
American
man.
Ninja.
I don't want to talk about that today. I had a feeling that was going to come up. How big of a
yeah.
movie that is in your life. But Rob Zombie.
Okay, Rob Zombie versus John Carpenter. Well, I'd say John Carpenter's all the way. He was mysterious. No one knew what Michael Myers was. Right? He kills his sister. And he's a normal, middle-aged, white privileged little kid. Lives in suburbia. No history of abuse or anything like that, trauma. He was just a normal kid that killed his sister. So to me, that's so much scarier. And then in the whole movie, you have no idea. You don't even find out that him and Jamie Lee Curtis or Laurie Strode, you don't even find out they're siblings until the second movie. So in the first movie, you have no idea why he's after the babysitters. You have no idea who he is, what he is, why he's doing what he's doing. They don't even call him Michael Myers. He's credited as the Shape in the movie. And to me, it was just scary. White mask, the Captain Kirk mask that was painted white.
William Shatner.
Shatner, yeah. He played Kirk, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We can get into Star Trek.
Star Wars, yeah.
That's
Star Trek.
my realm.
Yeah. So anyways, so Rob Zombie, I think I'd like because the violence was way more graphic. It was more intense. I mean, when that little kid is beating the shit out of that other kid with that stick, man, that branch, that scene is gnarly. So the violence is way more visceral. But I just hate the fact that in Rob Zombie's movies, or in that movie, Michael Myers was like this abused, battered, broken down kid. Like, that just takes the mystery out of it. Like, of course, you push anyone to that point.
Right.
It's a lot more reasonable that he goes on a killing spree and kills everybody. Because, the dude is just physically and verbally abused bad. And they show that in the movie. So to me, it's less scary. I'm like, well, of course he's going to fucking snap and kill that guy, or whatever. I did like a deeper look into Michael Myers as a kid, though. I just wish it would have been more like happy-go-lucky. For sure. That's way scarier. But I do like the fact, the mask is great. Michael Myers, he runs.
Right.
So it's
Just
I
sits
guess
there and
it's
speed walks after you.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
about a dude that can freaking cripple walk after you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You get Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy in a race, and they're all gonna walk. Who can walk the fastest? Probably Jason.
So here's my thing about these movies in general that irritate me. Number one, Rob Zombie needs to stop putting his wife in everything.
I totally agree.
She's good to look at, but she's one of those people that if you saw on the street, you'd probably cross the street.
Yeah.
I
agree.
get it. I get it. It's his wife. I did read an article actually about, what was it, Devil's Rejects? Is that House of a Thousand Corpses Secret?
Yeah.
They're one of the scenes where, I can't remember his name. He's got her tied to a chair. She didn't show up to the set for 2 days after that.
Really?
Because they just put her through so much.
Yeah,
I respect what she does. I'm not saying she's a terrible actress. anytime Rob Zombie's in something, she's in it.
Right.
So that annoys me. Number two, how does that little blonde kid turn into a 6'8" juggernaut? That's my same issue with Jason. You have it's like Anakin Skywalker turning into Darth Vader.
Sure.
It's irritating to watch. You have this little
juggernaut.
But it is like these dudes in their younger years are just little old dudes.
Yeah, feeble.
And then somehow while they're sitting in
Sure.
a psychiatric ward, you know they don't feed these guys correctly. They're like 6'8", 300 pounds of solid muscle.
Right. You figure he's got to be pounding 10,000 calories a day to do that.
Even if you get an hour a day to work out, you're not going to turn into that behemoth.
Sure. That's totally fair.
So, I mean, if they're trying to keep it realistic, which they're not because it's a horror movie, and that's kind of my beef with horror movies, is they're just stupid in a lot of ways. Like, I don't mess with spiritual forces or demonic forces because I don't want to go to that realm.
Yeah.
So anytime that there's a movie about that, okay, I could see that. But some little kid that got abused and all of a sudden he turns into Kane from WWE.
Right.
Because it's usually played by the same guy.
Sure. One of three.
Yeah, one of three. I'm just like, and they always go back to the swamp or the house or the asylum. Like, I get it.
That's true.
When we were kids,
that's true.
We would talk about it, but we weren't stupid enough to ever go to somewhere that was really haunted.
Right.
I think the closest you and I got was going to a cemetery, and even that was like, this is stupid.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, off topic of the movie, so I apologize for that.
No,
but without
we ramble.
Yeah, that's true. Welcome to the Ramblers. So my job has a ghost in it. Like,
really?
seriously, yeah, true story. This ain't just for the show. Yeah, little girl, black hair, long black hair. Apparently, they see her like out of the corner of your eye or whatever, and as soon as she notices that you notice her, she runs and vanishes like a fart in the wind. I don't know. Apparently, this is a real thing, dude. So
Is this back from when it was a theater?
I don't know. I don't know, man. No one knows the story. That's a good idea. I should do some fucking investigative journalism and try to figure it out. Because so multiple people have seen this girl, I guess. My boss just saw her the other day and was like, what's up with that? So it's like a thing. So anyways, me and one of my managers, we're going to get a Ouija board and try to contact her.
You enjoy that. Don't do that here.
I'm really going to do that.
There will be no Ouija boards in this podcast.
Yeah, that's just... No, seriously, that's going to happen, though.
It's like reading from the book of the Necronomicon, man. There's certain things you just don't do. Army of Darkness, by the way, another thing we'll reference a lot. So if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and go watch it.
Yeah, there are several movies that you need to watch just to be up to speed, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Big Trouble in Little China.
Army of Darkness.
For sure. Major League.
Yeah, Money Talks.
Money
Because that's just one of the most quotable movies ever.
Friday.
Any of the Star Trek. You should probably check out the even-numbered Star Treks.
Even-numbered Star Treks? I haven't even seen all those. Damn, you got them all right there.
That's Next Generation, son. That's going to be a podcast of its own.
Shit.
Picard versus Kirk.
You'll have to school me.
Yeah. Education. Basically anything with Bruce Campbell in it. So, like, My Name is Bruce. You ever seen that?
No.
That's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious because it's got Bruce Campbell.
But, what else, man? I mean, look at all these movies, bro. Let's talk about, Braveheart, Bond, horror, action, Pacific Rim. That's a good one. Akira. I watched Ghost in the Shell. I watched the Ghost in the Shell last night with Scarlett Johansson. Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. But I've heard that it... So, it got panned. Somebody I really respect said that it wasn't that bad of a movie, and he's interested to see what I'm not interested in renting it right now.
Yeah, it's Redbox. So hit it up on Redbox for $2 or whatever.
I gotta go over to Redbox, man. You know me, I'm a digital.
That's true. You know me, I'm hardcore. I want the disc, bro. Yeah. It was good. I thought it was dumbed down for sure. Hollywood for sure. Scarlett Johansson's believable though, man. She could beat you up.
So
for sure.
Another bring up thing is the whitewashing in Hollywood.
If
you've ever seen the anime Ghost in the Shell, the sergeant looks white. She's not an Asian character. Even the dude with the spectacles, I don't know who played that in live action movie.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, he's white in the the new version also. I think that movie's fairly ambiguous, but I think what the cool thing is even about this one, because I kind of thought the same thing, is they're obviously in some Asian country, all the billboards, really the majority of the main cast.
So what do you think of remakes in general? considering they're talking about remaking Big Trouble in Little China with The Rock.
Yeah.
Wait, okay.
So I like remakes personally. Most of them I really like. I'll give you an example of a remake I love that everyone hated was the new Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought that shit was hard, man. Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger was bonkers, dude.
He's a good actor, man.
That was sick,
he's
man.
Creepy.
Super creepy. Anyways, that's another conversation, I guess.
We're giving you previews to our future podcasts.
Well, rambling.
We come up with them.
Yeah, this is
we'll
how
go
we
back
ramble.
And be like, oh, that was a good idea. We should do that.
Right? I can't even remember what we were just talking about. It don't matter.
Remakes.
Oh, yeah. Remakes. I like them for the most part. Big Trouble in Little China remake, in my opinion, is a bad idea.
Terrible
I just think
idea.
it's a bad idea. Like, that movie, it has to be John Carpenter, the soundtrack, you know, like the
Kurt Russell.
80s gritty. Like, it's just going to suck. So I'm not even against it. I just think it's going to suck.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of reboots of cult classics because they weren't good when they came out. They weren't well received, but it got a cult following because of what that movie is. Like,
that's a good point.
Night of the Demons.
Oh my God, dude! I was going to talk about that later.
Oh,
that's
my bad.
so funny.
Well,
No.
So, I mean, if you've never seen Night of the Demons, you should probably watch the original one.
You have to.
And you should watch the new one because we're going to talk a ton of trash about Edward Furlong.
Yes.
And if you don't know who that is, he's the kid from Terminator 2.
Right. American History X. Those are the only two movies where the shit that he's ever been in.
American History X is a hard movie to watch,
Yeah,
too.
true that. Anyways, Night of the Demons.
Night of the Demons,
Cult classic.
Cult classic.
Right? Yeah, no one saw that shit.
Should not be remade. Right? And the remake had some funny things in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the whole, why are we using rust to kill demons? Well, demons don't like elements. Rust is an element, so it'll kill the demon.
Rust
it's like
kill a demon.
That's the worst logic I've ever heard, and I work in IT. So, I mean...
Yeah, cult classics are hard, especially because... Well, that's a great point that you made. Because Night of the Demons, I mean, the first time I saw that, I was, like, scared, man. I mean, it was amazing. And then Night of the Demons 2...
what, 12 when we saw that movie?
Yeah, maybe.
That?
Yeah, maybe. And then, for me, it's all about Night of the Demons 2, man. Night of the Demons 2 is by far the best one.
I don't know if I remember that one. I remember being really excited to rent it from Edgewood Video.
Yeah, no, you and I have watched it multiple times together. It's got Ben Stiller's wife in it, King Snake, or she's the blonde girl and the dude.
Christy?
Yeah.
What's her name? Taylor?
Christy, yeah, she's in it. I swear, you watch 5 seconds of it, you'd remember.
Okay, I'll probably remember.
For sure, you'd remember it.
Maybe I'll Netflix that. Or Google it.
Yeah, but anyways, watch Night of the Demons 2. I don't care who you are or what you like. Just watch it. Damn it.
Tell us what you think. Watch it!
It's amazing.
Knock it off!
It's amazing. Gotta do it.
What other cult classics should people watch?
Oh, man. Cult classics.
I'm trying to think of my... Like I said, you know...
what about Kids, man? You watch Kids?
I hated that movie. It was a hard movie to watch.
It was super hard.
So a really hard movie to watch is Requiem for a Dream for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've never seen it past the one time that I watched it.
Really?
I will never watch it again. There will not, like, that whole thing with the older lady, like, just slowly losing her mind.
Yeah, right. Gnarly.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever had anybody in your life that had Alzheimer's, it's a hard thing to watch. And that's just kind of what it reminded me of. It's like you slowly just watch somebody slipping away that you couldn't help. This is probably getting a lot deeper than most people listening to our stupid podcast want to go. I'm just saying, if you want to be really sad.
Right.
So I dated a girl once whose top 4 movies were Requiem for a Dream and then Despicable Me.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, probably shouldn't date you anymore.
Right.
Because that's a little...
Requiem for a Dream is one of those movies that I think is so powerful. But yeah, you don't want to watch it. Like, I watch it maybe once every 5 years. Like, Kids is kind of the same way. I'll watch it once a year. But the older I get, the worse it is, as far as, like, the worse I feel.
Well, you've also got a daughter.
When I watch it.
So, I mean...
Yeah, well, that's right. Like, I used to watch Kids as a teenager and think it was, like, cool, kind of. Like, oh, like, how edgy and, you know. But now it's, like, sad. Like, oh, my God, man, that movie is fucked up. If you've never seen Kids, watch it. Damn it. For sure.
Well, we've got, like, 800 movies here.
Yeah, I know. We could be here all night.
Oh, God, any Kevin Smith movie? That'll be referenced a lot. Clerks 2, Mallrats.
You know, someone wrote on my page today, because I told him how amazing Clerks 2 was and that I cried at the end, which is true. And he messaged me today saying he thought it sucked. And I was like,
are you
dude.
still friends with this guy?
Well, yeah. You know,
I mean,
because I guess he's, you know, he's allowed to say that. But, dude, Clerks 2?
But as much time as you and I have spent in our lives talking about what we should be doing with our lives.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's why Clerks resonates.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I totally get that.
And if you haven't seen Yoga Hosers, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. You probably won't understand it.
Or necessarily even like it. But support Kevin Smith.
If you have an older sister, you might like it. Like, that's the reason why I think I liked it and my dad both liked it. We talked about it afterwards. Is if you have an older sister, you've lived that experience with her and her best friend.
Sure.
Just being those two chicks. Women.
Right. Women.
Whatever. All right. PC police.
Chicks. Yeah, let's not.
How do you feel about the Marvel movies?
Avengers, man, I don't like
Captain
them, bro.
America.
I don't like any of them. They suck for the most part. I know I'm probably gonna lose everyone who was interested before that, but they do. They're terrible. They're fucking awful.
Why are they terrible? Speak on it.
Well, they're like, for one, like they're just not. I don't know. They're too chipper, man. Like they're. I get it. They're superhero movies. They're extremely PG-13, which to me bothers me.
Okay.
Like, Captain America's not going to kick someone in the chest and have them, like, not die a gruesome death. They're going to be vomiting blood all over the place. I mean, you know, these dudes are, like, bashing cars and buildings and, you know, collateral damage. There should be millions of dead civilians flopping all over the place. Like, and they're not. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like hokey. It feels like Saved by the Bell or some shit. I don't know. They're just so PG-13. So, you talk about, like, Punisher Warzone. It's probably my favorite Marvel movie. Which I know is terrible.
I hate that movie.
I know. But that's probably the best because it's
Jigsaw
fucking
is just
hardcore, man.
such a
Jigsaw's awesome, dude.
I like the fact that a lot of people die in Punisher. I liked the one with Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as terrible as everybody else thought it was.
All right, that's pretty... I thought it was pretty terrible myself. So, I'm one of those.
Right. Well, I
people,
mean,
but-
I don't ever believe that John Travolta is a bad... I don't know, though. Taking of Pelham, whatever that movie
1,
is.
2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good in that.
That was good.
So is Denzel.
Denzel, right? Yeah. Yeah, so Marvel, man, they're just not dark for me. Like...
So did you like the DC movies?
I like the DC movies better, which is so weird because I don't read DC comics. I read Marvel comics. So when the Marvel movies came out, I should have been like, oh my god, huge rager the whole time, you know?
Get your own Hulk smash on?
Yeah, exactly. But I wasn't. They're just duds, man. For me, it was all really the X-Men just kind of ruined it for me because I'm an X-Men guy. That's my team, you know?
Yeah.
So then the movies come out and they're garbage.
Okay.
Garbage.
I'll give you that
Like
one.
Anna Paquin is Rogue. Get the fuck out of here with that, man. That is awful. Oh my god.
Halle Berry as Storm was a good call, though.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Patrick Stewart, Ian McClellan or whatever is legit.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah,
It's
see,
like-
that's I don't like that.
You don't
at all.
like Hugh
Nah,
Jackman?
man,
No. How? What?
Not at all. Yeah. So for one, in my mind, in my world, Wolverine's like 5 feet tall, and he's like 72 inches thick, and he's hairy and rugged. And
So he's got the
fucking
opposite thing as
mean
Jason
as
and Michael
fuck.
Myers.
Yeah, exactly.
So who would you have play?
That's a great question. And honestly, I don't know.
It
Someone
can't be
no
Tom
name. Well, that's
Cruise,
another
but-
thing that I don't like about Marvel movies is they got all the big name actors. I want no name actors for superheroes. For some reason, I just like it better. So, but yeah, Wolverine needs to be short and stocky and huge. And Hugh Jackman is like 6'8", extremely good looking and well mannered. And well, he's probably I don't know. How tall is he?
No, you ain't
Look
gonna
that
look it
shit
up.
up.
No, man, this ain't what this is about. This is our knowledge.
We're
not
gonna settle this.
This is my issue with our generation is the instant gratification.
Okay,
We're not doing
that's
this
fair.
on this podcast.
That's
we
fair.
don't know it. We don't know it. But I don't think he's no 6'8".
Okay, that's all right. Fair enough.
Improper English.
But anyways, just whack, dude. And Wolverine is like, he's the best at what he does. Like, you read Wolverine comics, and that's his line. I'm the best at what I do. And what do? I fucking murder people. You know? That's what he's best at. So, and you don't get it until Logan, which I think should be another conversation. But you finally got the rated R, gnarly, gory, violent Wolverine movie in Logan. So it ended on a good note, for sure. But fuck Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, man. Hate him. Sucks.
What about Josh Brolin if they wouldn't have cast him as Cable? He's short and
as
stocky,
Wolverine.
isn't he?
Yeah, but he's too recognizable. Like, I know who Josh Brolin is.
Yeah, but if you don't get, you're gonna get like Taylor Lautner or some stupid shit like that. You're gonna have fucking Wolf Boy from
Oh, my
Twilight
God.
as Wolverine, the next class or whatever.
Yeah, probably. Which is that's half the problem. So I don't know who, but they need a no-namer for sure. Like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, I just didn't.
Was he well known
I didn't
before that
like,
role
man.
though?
Hugh Jackman. Well, he
Probably
did,
a stupid rom-com that
probably.
you never
Like,
watched.
well, yeah, he did. What was
I
that
probably
one?
watched it 'cause I like
well, John
rom-coms.
Travolta was the villain. We were just talking about that. Swordfish.
Yeah.
He did Swordfish, right? Which was like
Oh,
a
I
big
liked
movie
that
when I was a
movie, yeah.
teenager.
I
Yeah, I was
love
like, oh.
Swordfish.
Well,
course.
fuck, Halle Berry's in that movie
I'm
too.
gonna tell you right now,
Right?
people, that is not the way you hack into systems.
Yeah.
So stop it. If you want to know how to do it, watch Mr. Robot. I haven't seen Mr. Robot, but my dad raves about it, and most hackers say that they actually do that.
What
So,
about Hackers? Angelina Jolie,
one
19
of the
years
best
old,
movies
whatever.
ever. Absolutely not how you hack either. But
Yeah, it's
I mean-
super visual.
I'm not a big fan of Johnny Lee Miller. Isn't that his name? Wasn't that her brother? Wasn't that big scandal? It's kind of like Luke Skywalker and Leia.
No, I had never heard that. No.
Wasn't Johnny Lee Miller? Didn't they hook up in real life? When they found out they were related somehow?
That's funny. I hope so.
If I was looking stuff up, which I'm not going
Yeah,
to.
right? Yeah, where's
No.
the phone at? What do you think about Marvel movies. Spider-Man 2, amazing.
The new one? I haven't seen it.
Oh no. The new one's
The one with
good.
Tobey Maguire?
The Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 2, the train scene.
Oh, yeah.
That is the fucking best scene.
See, man, I'm not a huge fan of Spider-Man to
that.
begin with. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
because to me,
historically,
it's
really.
always like he's just a whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
And
Well, he
I'm
is.
cool with that in like the first part of the movie, but at some point you should realize that if you could knock down a building, you should probably stop crying because you failed your economics test.
Right.
Like,
Well, the cool thing about the new Spider-Man Homecoming is that finally Spider-Man's like 15. Which
yeah, but I don't want any
Spider-Man
more
should be 15.
origin stories. for
Well, yeah,
Spider-Man.
is it a
Like,
third
I
reboot? Yeah,
I
I
don't
totally
want it for
agree.
anybody.
Right.
Because like you can find out what their origin story is in 15 seconds.
Right.
Like I don't need an entire movie dedicated
Sure.
to the dude getting bit by a spider and
For
getting
a third
picked on
time?
in school. Yeah.
Right,
Like,
and his girlfriend
I
dies or
went to
whatever.
high school. I watched people get picked on. Like I'm aware of how it works.
Yeah.
Like if I got bitten by a radioactive spider, I probably would have knocked somebody through a wall too. But,
right.
Like I don't need to see that 14 times.
Right. What's your favorite comic movie?
Favorite comic book? The one with Heath Ledger, The
Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, there will never be a better Joker than him.
I
And it makes
agree
me
with you
sad
1,000%.
because, okay, we're not even going to talk about Jared Leto as the Joker because
Yeah.
that was just crap.
like
Like that was you can give me that dude from the 1960s sitcom Batman,
and it'd be better.
and it would be better
yeah.
movie.
What's fucked? Because Jared Leto's awesome. I
Yeah,
think,
he's a
though.
great
Yeah,
actor,
That
but-
should have been amazing.
And he wants to blame it on the director and the cut of it. I'm like, nah, man, you took it too far. Like Heath Ledger was nuts,
Right.
but it was believable. Like the stuff that he was doing,
Right.
you understood why.
Well, that's what I like about The Dark Knight. Really, is like not even necessarily a Batman movie. Like
That's a DC movie, not a Marvel one. But
right. Well, you're right.
Comic
I just
book,
said
yeah,
comic
okay,
book
you
movie.
said
Yeah.
comic, yeah.
So yeah, like you take Batman out of that movie and you put leave Gordon in, you know,
Yeah.
then it would still be that
Right.
good. You
Yeah.
know, that's what I like about that movie. Is it's not necessarily a Batman movie. It's more of a Joker movie, really.
Yeah.
Which I completely agree. So that's your favorite.
My
Okay.
favorite comic book movie. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I liked.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
See, but I don't hate the Marvel ones. I really like Captain America, like that scene when he's grabbing. I know everybody hates Captain America, and Chris Evans is a douche.
hate Captain
But
America.
you got to admit that scene where he's holding onto the helicopter in the building.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I like
yeah.
Captain America because he's just trying to do the right thing.
Sure.
He's not Tony Stark.
Right.
I like the Black Panther. I'm excited to see that movie.
Dude, that movie does look hard, man.
I really want to see where they take that.
I totally agree. I hope Storm comes in because they get married in the comics,
didn't know
or
that,
in
but-
some universe.
Isn't she the mom of Cable?
Storm?
Yeah.
No, Jean
Jean
Grey. Yeah. So Cable is Scott Summer and Jean Grey's son, who had this bio-organic, virus, I guess. So they sent him to the future to get fixed. So that's why he's all futuristic and shit. So, but he's like an Omega level telepath. Which Omega is the highest level you can go as far as with the X gene, right?
Thank you for clarifying for the people.
Yeah.
Because even I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So,
Omega.
yeah, so it's there's not very many Omega level mutants. Jean Grey, the Phoenix, is Omega level as well. You know what's fucked up is Bobby Drake, the Iceman, is Omega level, and then you get some fucking jackhole in playing him in the movie. What is that kid's name in the X-Men movies that plays Iceman? Who cares?
Yeah, who
he
cares?
sucks.
He sucks. He was
Iceman,
bad.
dude, Omega level Iceman should be smashing everybody. Anyways, where was I going?
I don't know.
I lost
You
it.
took that
Omega level.
Omega
yeah.
You took that to a place too, and I was like, I don't know where he's going, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to be along for the ride.
So yeah, Cable's from the future. He's an Omega level telepath, which is a big deal. But he has to use most of his power to keep that virus at bay. Yeah, so that's why he uses weapons, and he's.
I was disappointed with where they took Civil War. Because I don't really read the comic books, but I had
you need
heard a
to.
lot about Civil War.
Civil War is probably my favorite Marvel crossover. That's not X. Well, yeah, I mean X-Men was in the Civil War as well a lot. Actually, Wolverine had a huge part to play in the Civil War. Civil War was bonkers, man. I have them all. You should read them.
Should read them.
You should read
Yeah,
them, man. 'Cause
exactly.
that movie sucks balls, dude. I mean, the Winter Soldier. Who cares about that guy?
Yeah, I mean, that whole premise was just stupid.
So stupid.
It's like, oh, we're going to get them to pick a fight with each other. Like, that guy's entire thing was, I want them to fight each other for no real apparent reason.
Stupid.
It's like, yeah, it was dumb.
And just the whole Cap and Iron Man thing, like that should have been way more in depth, I guess, or better written. But then, like the baddest thing about Civil War, spoiler alert, the comics is Spider-Man reveals his identity for the first time. Tony Stark talks Spider-Man into revealing his identity, which is a huge deal in Marvel, right? Or for Peter Parker, huge deal. I remember John Jay, my buddy, Spider-Man fanatic, he cried at the end of that. When Spider-Man, they showed the last panel of Spider-Man with his face off, and he goes, "Hi, my name's Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man," at this press release,
No.
He was like crying.
I'm going to eat a Big Mac like Tony Stark does. And
Yeah, exactly.
Can we all just
Crying.
sit down?
And that wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah.
Iron Man makes the Iron Spider that Iron Man makes for Peter Parker in the comic. Dude, he's got 8 legs. I mean, it's sick. So the movie's whack, bro. Totally terrible.
Yeah.
Awful.
I wish they would do something with the Phoenix. And they would stop pussyfooting around
Yeah.
with it. And just, because I remember, and it may not be that way in the comics, but I remember the cartoon series.
Yeah.
Like, she goes berserk. And she, flies off, and then
Oh,
it goes
yeah.
into that whole Galactic Empire thing.
Yeah, dude,
And I
that's
thought,
what's up, man.
and they have Gladiator, who's basically like Superman's
Right.
rival, because he's got a mohawk.
Well,
And I
yeah,
thought
he's
that
like the
mohawk-
police of the universe kind
Yeah,
of thing.
I mean,
Well,
Gladiator
and then,
just shows up and wrecks your shit.
Right,
Like,
well,
he
then you
takes down
get-
Wolverine and everybody else at once.
yeah, well, it was him. I think he gets stronger with the more confidence he has, right? That's his thing. The
I
more
think so.
confidence he has, the stronger he gets. But you run into Cyclops' brothers in when you get out into the galactic unknown, Vulcan and whatever his other brother's name is. Havoc. Yeah, good job. Nice.
Yeah, nice pull.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Nice name drop.
Nice name drop.
Do I have to shit in a plant?
Another great movie, Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's
You've
Boy.
never watched Grandma's
Yeah,
Boy?
watch
That'll
it.
get referenced a lot.
Damn it. Watch that.
Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad, but watch the movie. My favorite comic book movie, for the record, is probably Sin City or Watchmen. Probably Watchmen.
You like Watchmen?
Yeah, a lot. The movie, yeah, I liked it better than the book.
Really?
Yeah, which
I
is
just
probably
remember-
sacrilege.
No, I just remember a
say.
lot of blue hangdown in the movie.
Well, there was definitely some big swinging bluey there from Mr. Manhattan, but I'm down for that.
The guy that
personally.
plays Negan, I thought was great as the comedian.
Oh my god,
Player or
dude!
whatever, I
Yeah,
can't
I don't know
remember
what
his
his
name.
real name is, but as the comedian, amazing.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, and then you got Malin Akerman or whatever
No, she's-
playing the Silk Spectre, dude.
Dude, you got
oh my
Carla Gianna playing her
God.
mom.
Dude, that sex scene in the owl between her and the owl, in the floating. That
dude's
was so corny and like latex and 70s or whatever, but oh my god, I was like.
That
Power
dude,
Ranger.
the guy that plays the owl, he's a good actor.
He is good. Well, that's what I
What'd
like
you
about
think
the
of the
Watchmen,
A-Team?
man. The A-Team. I never really was a huge fan of the original A-Team, so keep that in mind. It was too much, obviously.
I loved it.
Way over the top.
I wish they would make
Right.
a second movie.
Well, they should.
Yeah.
Why don't they?
It didn't do
Why
well.
isn't that a thing?
Commercially, it wasn't a success.
Really?
Yeah.
With BS, right? Or B? Is it? Who's the?
Oh,
dude,
B.A.
Mr. T-
Baracus.
B.A. Yeah.
B.A. Rampage Jackson, I think is the guy's fighting name.
Right. I thought it was okay.
But I
Liam
thought he
Neeson
was
was
great
great.
in that.
I thought Bradley Cooper was just a little like too much. It's like Ryan Reynolds.
They're
Too
just
thick.
basically, yeah, but you
Too
hated
thick, man.
you hated Deadpool. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you did not like one of the greatest comic book movies ever made,
Dude,
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
You don't like Ryan Reynolds though.
I don't really. Van Wilder, I like. Amityville Horror, I like.
You would.
Yeah.
The movie's fucking
Well, he's
garbage,
good in that
dude.
movie.
Yeah, he's good in it. He
he's
also
good
takes
in
off his
it
shirt
in
and
a
acts.
few-
If
yeah.
the ladies out there.
Yeah.
Really
There's
good-looking
that.
man.
Blade 3, I watched Blade 3 the other day.
That
Ryan
movie's
Reynolds
awesome.
was awesome as Hannibal King, for sure. But Deadpool, bro, it was like a stand-up comedy skit, man. It was a comedy skit.
Isn't that the way the comic books are though?
I don't know. I don't read Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm excited for him in Cable.
I'm not. Marvel sucks. The movies, for the record. Not the mythos. Yeah,
Those are-
Deadpool, to me, man, it was just too thick, bro. It was too much. Like, the special effects were awesome. Like, you know, the kill scenes, and it was just so great. But to me, it's just too cheeky. Too much comedy, man. I just don't like comedy. I like dark, gritty.
So
That's
let's-
what I want.
brings me to an interesting segue. Is what do you think of movies that are based on books? Because I recently just saw one.
Well, isn't
A
that
couple
like
of them.
isn't that like everything really is based on a book? I love it. In my mind, books. I mean, you'd think with all the remakes going on, someone would just pick up a new book and go, "Hey, let's do this as a movie instead of remaking this one 5 times."
I think it's
you know?
hard though.
Well, I'm sure it's
Because
hard.
they did I went and saw Valerian and the Planet of a Thousand Cities.
Yeah. Did you read the book?
No, I didn't read the comics, or I think it was French comics, right?
Oh, I have no idea. That movie looks terrible. The
It was.
trailer looks bad.
It was. I mean, like visually, it's beautiful.
Sure.
It's done by the same guy that did The Fifth Element.
Someone told me it was going to be
Yeah,
the
they-
next Avatar.
Yeah, they're full of shit.
Right? Yeah,
No, man.
come
like
on.
Avatar.
Get out of here. Amazing.
Is still one of the best. Like,
Amazing.
visual, yeah, it's Avatar's real good.
Oh, man, I know people who still refuse to watch it. They won't watch it.
Why not?
I don't want to. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
from
I
your
mean, like,
story.
I'm more curious of why they because the thing I was
But
talking
yeah,
about
John
was
Jay,
stupid.
bro, phenom. He refuses to watch it because, well, he's just hating. Really, in my opinion. Sorry, phenom. I hope you listen to this though.
Yeah,
like
for
my
sure.
Facebook
We still
page.
love you. You should come on the show.
Plug. Yeah, you should come on the show. Talk about Spider-Man.
Defend our points.
He refused to watch it because, for one, it was so huge, right? Took the world by storm, Avatar. He feels like it's shouldn't even be classified as a movie because there's so much CGI in it, which is fair, I guess. But he don't like that it's such a cheesy, it's like a rip-off story.
Oh, it's the complete
You know?
ripoff of Dances with Wolves and
Yeah.
any movie about where we just annihilate indigenous species.
But, like, who gives a
people.
fuck, man?
Well, it's
Dances
not
with...
calling the Native American species, I promise. All one human species. PC
I agree.
police. PC
I
police.
agree about humans all being one
Yeah.
species, though, for the record. Yeah, but what's wrong with that storyline? Like, I get it. It's been done. That's cool. It's never been done with aliens before, so shut up and enjoy that shit, you
Right.
know? Like, Dances with Wolves won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
Amazing movie, right? Look at The Last Samurai.
Yeah.
Exact same formula, right? The outsider learns the culture of the indigenous and fights against his own culture with that. You know, like,
Yeah.
sure. But I'm all about that. Who cares if it's been done? I thought Avatar was mind-blowing.
Have Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, my God.
Love her.
Yeah, Sam Worthington,
Yeah. Ring.
which is so funny because he hasn't done a whole lot else.
What has he done? He was in that shitty Terminator.
Which was bad.
It was terrible.
Terminator 4.
4. No, he's 5 technically.
Okay.
Wasn't 4 Rise of the Machines? Or was that 3? No, that was 3.
3. He's in
3's the one with the lady, right?
Right, the
Okay,
woman
so
Terminator. So 4 was
Salvation?
Salvation,
Christian
right?
Bale.
Christian Bale as John Connor, which I didn't like for some reason.
Because he gets punched in the heart and he gets a metal heart at the end.
Yeah.
He becomes Batman.
Love Christian Bale though.
Yeah. Not
For
as a
the
person. He seems like a real shithead of a person from every interview I've seen.
Yeah, he does look kind of like a dick. American Psycho though, for me, man. Newsies. You ever seen Newsies?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Newsies, people, watch that. Damn it.
American Psycho. Watch it. Do some cocaine.
Yeah, watch
Actually,
one after
don't.
the other. Watch Newsies first because it's an old cheesy musical about early 1900 newsboys and the newsboys strike against William Randolph Hearst in New York, whatever. Rambling. But it's a musical, so it's Christian Bale starring in a musical, which is amazing. Bill Pullman's in it.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Chet.
Shut up.
Didn't Bill
Bill-
Pullman die? Yeah,
Really?
he had a heart surgery and didn't make it through.
No way, dude.
Yeah. Bill.
The greatest presidential speech in cinema history with
All right,
Independence
Bill
Day?
Paxton. I'm thinking of
Oh, Bill Paxton.
Bill
Yeah.
Pullman.
Oh,
My
Bill
bad.
Paxton.
That's
That
my
one
bad.
hurt, dude.
Yeah. Paxton
Oh
hurt.
my God.
Shit
Rest in
from-
peace, man.
But it's funny because I saw a comedy skit where those two get confused in a cartoon.
Oh,
Like,
really?
he's like, I'm not that guy. Like, it's not.
Yeah, Bill Pullman is the today we
Celebrate
celebrate.
our Independence Day.
Yeah. Anyways.
That sequel was also shit. God, they should stop
Agreed.
making sequels 20 years later.
You know, sequels, yeah, I agree. For the most part, sequels belong to horror, okay? The horror genre is allowed to make as many sequels as they want. I got 10 Hellraiser movies right now. I'm stoked about it.
Because horror's all shit anyway.
Yeah, fuck it. So just blast it. Like, yeah, I'm okay with that, for sure. I don't want to see sequels that aren't horror movies. Really? Like Braveheart 2? Okay. Like,
Wow.
no, that's not a thing, but like, I'm surprised it's not a thing.
Yeah, William Wallace returns from the dead.
Yeah, why don't we have Braveheart 2, you know?
Okay, I have a question for you, this or that. West Side Story or Newsies?
Oh, man. Well, I gotta go Newsies, man. Like
What? No!
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on,
When I was a
man.
kid, man, 3rd grade, like, I was a newsie, dude. I used to wear those hats, you know, those, like, Irish, you know, whatever, or I think, whatever. Those hats. The golfer
Whatever they
hats.
are, yeah,
They're
yeah.
like Irish golfer hats. Like, dude, my club was called the Newsies, bro. And all of my buddies, we all had nicknames of names of the people in the movie. So we used to, like, sit around and, like, learn the songs and shit when I was a little kid. I know. Awful.
But think
Right?
of how many great
Awful.
songs
So to
came
me,
out of West Side Story.
just dear to my heart, Newsies for sure. But I grew up on West Side Story too, bro. The Sharks and the Jets. Oh man, when you're a jet all the way. From your first cigarette till your last night and day. Yeah, West Side Story is amazing. But I gotta go with
If you haven't seen West Side
Newsies.
Story, block out 4 hours of your life and watch it.
twice, back to back for sure. Like sequels 7-2. You know, come on.
7-2.
Yeah, like the movie 7.
Oh.
Imagine a sequel to 7.
What's in the box?
Which is, again, that's one of the best movies ever made. That's probably my top 10, for sure.
What's in the box? One of the most quotable movies ever.
Apparently, when he signed the contract to do that movie, he said that if they changed the ending, he'd quit. So he was like, the only way I'll sign my contract is if you guarantee me that that'll be the ending. Which I thought was cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. I've seen actually they shot an alternative ending though, where he's doing the whole thing, you know, what's in the box? And Kevin Spacey's going, become Wrath, right? And then Morgan Freeman shoots him before Brad Pitt gets a chance to, so Morgan Freeman saves him from Wrath, right? Which is cool.
Morgan Freeman's another great actor. His
Morgan
voice-
Freeman, Freeman,
Morgan
Freeman,
Freeman.
right? You see that shit?
Yeah. The names are like, you just read that in my voice.
For me, Morgan Freeman, I'd say my first real exposure to Morgan Freeman has to be Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves as the painted man.
Yeah. God, another great Kevin Costner movie.
Oh my God.
God, doesn't even try to pull off an English accent. Just goes
That's the
straight
best
American
part.
on
Yeah,
it.
that's the best part, man.
I love that
Christian
part.
Slater's in that movie.
Yeah.
Right? Will
God.
Scarlett. I'm so long.
Mia Mastrostrono or whatever. I had a bad thing for her a long time. Tony Montana's younger sister.
Yeah.
If you ever want to watch a bunch of Italian actors play Cubans, Scarface is.
All of you have seen Scarface. Anyone listening to this right now? I mean, how long are we into this?
We're almost about an hour.
We're at an hour. So if you're still listening to us, I'm sure you've seen Scarface. Right?
Or you're going to go watch it tonight with your loved ones, or after you watch this podcast or listen.
Yeah. Should we stop?
We should probably stop. I think an hour is a good length,
Yeah.
especially for our inaugural episode.
Guaranteed. Okay, well, this is our hard stop for episode number 1 of Night of the Ramblers. Night of the Ramblers? Night of the Rambling? What is it?
Night of the Ramblers.
Night of the Ramblers. I
But
like
we
that.
can
That's better.
Yeah. I mean, rambling, we do that shit anyway.
Yeah, but no, we are Ramblers, and
Yes.
you guys are Ramblers. Now, like, we're going to create one of those, like, Rambler armies. And we'll talk about movies.
So again, if you liked what you heard, or if you didn't like what you heard, let us know. Put it on the website, nightoftheramblers.com. And also, Sean has thegilgrade.com.
Yeah, thegilgrade.com. Hit it up on Instagram, Facebook. I'd love to hear what you have to say, even if it's mean.
Yeah, and tonight we'll put it all on Night of the Ramblers will have Facebook and all that good stuff after tonight. I just got to do the technical side of that. And that's why I'm wearing Millennium Falcon shirt, because I'm the IT nerd.
The guy in the chair.
All right, Ramblers. Have
Let's
a good
get
week.
rambling, guys. Thanks a lot.